Class 5 English. Today our lesson is from Unit 1, The World in a Wall, and we would be describing scorpions. Now the class would be needing New Oxford English book textbook, and we would be working on page number 9. It will take us approximately 70 minutes to finish the task. Get your notebooks, pencils, sharpeners and erasers ready, and let's get started. Now before I start the lesson, I want you all to look at this picture. Both these pictures. Can you see something that can be eaten in this picture? Yes, we have an apple in the big picture as well as an apple on the side. Now, I want you to look at this picture and try to describe it as best as you can. Take your time. Now that you have had time to think about the picture, I think you would be able to explain it very well to your teacher. Now, one by one, each one can get the chance to tell the teacher what they see in this picture and try to answer the questions that are there in this picture. Now, after describing the picture, let's see by the end of the lesson what are we trying to accomplish. By the end of the lesson, we should be able to recognize the features of descriptive writing, tell the difference between show and tell, write a paragraph of 40 to 50 words describing a scorpion. Let's get working. Now let's think about it. What is descriptive writing? You guys have written descriptive passages before as well. Yes, descriptive writing is when we give details about certain things. It could be details about a person, place, or a thing. Description is so clear that it creates an image in the mind of the reader. You make the image so clear when you are writing that it appears that you are showing the reader what is going on instead of just telling. Your description has to be so clear that when the reader reads your paragraph, the reader can actually see what the person or a place or the thing you are describing looks like. They can tell what it looks like, they can see it, and they can feel its presence as well. Now, whenever you are writing a description, you do not tell, you show what is going on. And how do you do that? You tell us what you see, you tell us what you taste, you tell us what you touched, you tell us what you smelled, and you tell us what you heard. If all these 5 senses are catered to, then it is what we call descriptive writing. Now, when you are writing a paragraph, it is not compulsory that you use all the 5 senses. Even sometimes 3 are enough. Even sometimes 4 are enough. But if you can manage all 5, then there is nothing wrong with that either. To show and not tell, it is very important that we use a lot of adjectives. For example, if you are describing a certain piece of clothing, how would a person know what sort of piece of cloth it was unless you use adjectives to describe it? Whether the fabric was soft, whether the fabric was warm, whether the clothes were fit to size, whether the clothes were loose, whether the clothes were tight. You mention all these details. You mention the color and the texture and the way it felt and the way it made you feel. Only then the reader is going to be able to see the image. Now let's watch this video.
Today you're are going to learn a writing strategy called Show, Don't Tell. Using this strategy, you can make your writing come to life in your reader's mind. Writing "he was happy" doesn't give your reader a clear idea of what your character is really feeling. You want to show them. Think about his face, his body, and his voice. Using Show, Don't Tell, you can help your reader to really imagine the characters in each situation. Like this. Really try to visualize what your character looks and sounds like. His smile broadened from ear to ear. He clapped his hands together and jumped up and down with joy. He giggled and squealed with excitement. Now you are showing, not telling, your reader how your character is feeling. Let's try another one. Instead of telling your readers, "she was angry," show them. Again, think about the face, body, and voice. When a person is angry, how does their face look? Her cheeks turned red and her eyebrows narrowed. What does the rest of her body do? She clenched her fists and jammed them into her sides. How does her voice sound? She growled at me through clenched teeth. Now your reader can really picture how angry this character is, and your writing is coming to life. When you use the strategy Show, Don't Tell, your writing will be more creative, engaging, and more lively. Your reader will love to imagine your story in their own imagination. So next time you're writing, remember to always show, don't tell.
Created using Powtoon.
Now, after watching the video, I hope it is quite clear how to write a descriptive passage, how to show and not just tell. To keep that in mind, I want you to go through your textbook, page number 9, and read the description of the scorpion in the story, The World in a Wall. Now the question for this exercise is on page number 9, but the story is on other pages before that. So go through the whole story and come up with all the description and points that are given for the scorpion. While you go through the story again, find out the physical appearance of the scorpion. Find out what could be the attributes of the scorpion, like what could be the characteristics of it, and how does it make you feel. Most of the time, scorpions make a person feel very strange. You might get afraid of it. You might want to run away from it. These sort of feelings should be added in here as well. And then every time, think about what is the conclusion of what you have found out. Now pause the video on this slide and go through the book and find out the description of the scorpion from the story as I told you earlier. And then tell your teacher what you found out about the scorpion. Now, after talking to your teacher about the description of the scorpion you found in the story, now get yourself ready to write the description of the scorpion of your own. The information you found in the textbook is there to help you. Also add more details by yourself as well, and think about how you will describe the scorpion. Now think, what could the scorpion look like? Think what sort of characteristics a scorpion might have, and how does it make you feel, and conclude everything you have said earlier in 1 or 2 sentences. Also, you can find out details from your parents, from a book, or from the internet regarding what a scorpion could look like and what its attributes could be. And also your teacher can help you as well in this matter. Best of luck. Now remember, when you are writing this descriptive paragraph, it needs to be of 40 to 50 words, and it has to have 5 to 6 adjectives at least Give the clear description, take help of any sort of simile or figurative language you can add, talk about the senses to make it as clear as you possibly can. Comparison through similes will help you make a very interesting passage, and also if you talk about what you can see, what you can feel, taste, or touch, or smell when the scorpion is around, then that might also help. It doesn't have to be literal, you can talk about some metaphorical things as well in here and make it as interesting as you possibly can. Best of luck, everyone. I hope you enjoy writing this paragraph. Now, how can we end the lesson without talking about homework? Homeworks are very important. Life is not that easy that we can get away without doing the homework. So this homework is all you have done in the previous classes as well. So something very easy and simple. So homework 1 is that you have to go to page number 3 and 4 of your workbook and you have to do exercise B and C. The picture is attached. I think it is quite clear what you have to do over here. Homework 2 is from workbook again, but this is page number 4 and 5. So you would be needing dictionaries for this homework. Again, very simple, ordering the words in alphabetical order, something quite easy that you have been doing ever since a lot of time ago. Now the last part of the homework is from the workbook again, exercise A, page number 7 and 8. Now you have talked about nouns, verbs and adjectives in your previous classes as well. So I hope this work would be very easy for you to complete. So have fun and submit your homework on time as instructed by your teacher. Now let's wrap up what we learned today. Today we learned how to write a descriptive paragraph. We learned how to describe a scorpion. We observed how a scorpion was described in a book, and we got the chance to describe how we feel about the scorpion as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Now, by the end of this lesson, I want you to tell your teacher what today's lesson was like. You can tell her by saying that today's lesson was as sweet as an ice cream, or today's lesson was as boring as a vegetable. So whichever way you felt like it, be creative. Think of more ideas to add in it. Have a great day.